As Allied bombers darkened the skies, Germany searched for a miracle. Hidden from public view, a conventional aircraft could no longer keep pace. Losses mounted daily. The air war was slipping away.
German engineers pursued a leap forward. They envisioned aircraft driven by turbines, not propellers. It was a gamble born of desperation.
Jet engines were temperamental and dangerous. Failures were frequent. Progress demanded sacrifice.
This aircraft would become the world's first operational jet fighter. Faster than any opponent, it carried enormous promise.
Speed changed everything. Propeller fighters could not follow. The future had arrived early. Commanders were impressed and alarmed. The aircraft was revolutionary. It demanded new tactics and training.
Turning the jet into a bomber delayed deployment. Precious months were lost. Time Germany did not have.
Production struggled under constant attack. Facilities were dispersed and hidden. Efficiency suffered badly.
Desperation drove the program underground. Human cost rose sharply. Progress came soaked in suffering.
Secrecy slowed coordination. Components arrived late or damaged. The jet's advantage narrowed with every delay.
Jet pilots required new skills. Acceleration was brutal. Mistakes were unforgiving.
Takeoffs and landings were perilous. Many aircraft were lost without enemy contact. Experience came at a price.
The Allies sensed something new. Unusual aircraft silhouettes raised alarms. Intelligence raced to confirm the threat.
Allied crews were stunned. Jets appeared and vanished in seconds. Interception felt impossible.
Speed shattered expectations. Defensive formations failed to respond. Fear spread quickly.
The jet's firepower was devastating. A single pass could destroy multiple aircraft. The threat was real. The Allies adapted fast. Jets were vulnerable on the ground. Runways became targets. Jets needed long runways. This weakness proved fatal. Speed meant nothing without safety.
Jet engines consumed fuel rapidly. Germany's shortages crippled operations. Flights were limited by necessity. Reliability lagged behind ambition. Engines failed often. Maintenance overwhelmed squadrons.
Morale was mixed. Pride clashed with exhaustion. Victory felt close yet unreachable.
Germany also fielded jet reconnaissance and bombing platforms. Speed allowed penetration without escort. Information flowed faster than ever.
The jets outran defenses. Photographs returned untouched. Intelligence briefly favored Germany again.
Captured technology revealed Germany's leap. The future was unmistakable. Countermeasures accelerated.
Jets could be caught during landing. Timing replaced pursuit. Strategy evolved rapidly.
Vulnerability increased at low speed. Losses mounted despite superiority in the air. Reality closed in. Desperation produced shortcuts. Speed replaced testing. Safety vanished.
Untrained youth were pressed into service. The gamble grew reckless. Losses followed swiftly.
Rushed production cost lives. Innovation without time proved lethal. The program faltered.
Numbers decided the air war. Jets were too few. Momentum could not be reversed.
Fuel ran out before ideas did. The jets stood silent. Opportunity slipped away. Denial replaced deployment. Technology was sacrificed to prevent capture. Pride burned with steel.
The war's end revealed what might have been. The leap forward arrived too late.
Lessons were immediate. Jet-age knowledge transferred quickly. The future changed hands. Skill could not overcome collapse. Technology alone could not save a failing state. The end was unavoidable. Jets did not change the outcome. They changed the timeline of aviation. Legacy replaced victory. Former enemies studied the machines closely. The jet age would accelerate worldwide.
A boundary was crossed. Air combat would never be the same again. Speed redefined dominance.
Innovation demanded lives. Many never saw peace. Progress carried a human cost. Secrecy lingered after defeat. Truth would surface slowly. History waited.
While jets shocked the Allies, they arrived too late. Timing decides wars as surely as weapons.
This aircraft symbolized unrealized potential. Power without coordination fades quickly. The jet program was brilliant but fragmented. Leadership failed to align vision with reality.
Respect crossed enemy lines. Innovation commanded attention. The future beckoned.
War moved on, but ideas endured. The sky would soon belong to jets.
Legend grew from brief appearances. Myth filled gaps left by secrecy.
Germany glimpsed the future, but could not reach it. The war ended before the transition.
Timing and unity matter more than innovation alone. The lesson was written in silence. Jets would soon dominate aviation worldwide. Their origin lay in desperation. Their future lay in peace. The deep male voiceover honors those who flew the first jets in combat. Their courage outran their time. Hitler's secret jet fighter program changed aviation forever. It could not change the war. Germany built the future in the final days of the past. Speed arrived, but victory had already departed. Confirmation of German jets shocked Allied planners. Speed beyond pursuit changed calculations overnight. Countermeasures became urgent.
New tactics replaced old instincts. Jets could not be chased. They had to be trapped.
The Me-262's greatest weakness was time on the ground. Takeoff and landing became moments of deadly vulnerability.
Allied air superiority strangled the jet program. Aircraft were destroyed before they could fly. Speed meant nothing without protection. Constant attacks exhausted resources. Repairs never kept pace. Airfields became death traps. Courage met inevitability. Many pilots never reached combat altitude. Survival depended on chance.
Even jets could not alter Allied dominance. Control of the air had already been decided.
Jet engines demanded fuel Germany no longer had. Every sortie drained a shrinking reserve. Leadership fractured under pressure. Clear direction vanished. Innovation could not overcome chaos. Experience was scarce. Training time had collapsed. Skill was replaced by urgency. Despite brief terror, the jet threat never tigged the balance. Numbers and coordination prevailed. Dispersal hid aircraft but slowed response. Readiness vanished. The advantage slipped away.
The jet program was overtaken by events on the ground. Territory fell faster than aircraft could be built.
Secrecy endured until the end. Technology was destroyed rather than surrendered. Knowledge vanished in fire.
Every fragment was valuable. The jet age was about to spread globally. Defeat became inheritance.
Even at home, jets symbolized hope. But hope arrived too late.
Industrial collapse sealed the program's fate. Innovation cannot survive without infrastructure.
Strategic depth vanished. Jets had nowhere to operate. The sky closed in.
These flights were symbolic. Resistance persisted despite certainty. Pride flew alone.
Interception required patience. Timing replaced speed. Hunters adapted to the future.
Most jets were lost during vulnerable moments. The ground proved deadlier than the sky.
The program ended without ceremony. Silence repaired ambition.
Victory brought curiosity. What was once secret became evidence. The future lay exposed. Knowledge crossed borders quickly. Former enemies inherited the technology. Progress ignored politics.
Jet development accelerated worldwide. Wartime desperation fueled peacetime transformation.
Once revolutionary runways fell silent. Time reclaimed ambition. Courage existed on all sides. Technology does not erase sacrifice. Legend grew from rarity. Brief flashes became myth.
The jet program was ahead of its time. But timing decides victory more than brilliance.
The war bridged two eras of flight. Propellers gave way to turbines.
Peace arrived while technology surged forward. War accelerates change relentlessly. Power fades quickly without purpose. Machines outlive intentions. Innovation could not reverse collapse. The war ended, regardless. Combat ended, but lessons endured. Speed had changed warfare forever. What was once secret became history. Fear turned into fascination.
Early turbines were fragile. Progress demanded iteration. Perfection came later.
Respect crossed enemy lines. Innovation commands admiration, even in defeat.
Germany touched the future briefly. It could not hold it. Ambition collapsed with the regime. Ideas survived beyond ideology. They flew beyond known limits. Their courage shaped aviation's path. Speed redefined air power permanently. The line was crossed.
The program lived between concept and collapse. Timing was everything.
They arrived too late to matter strategically. History moved on without them.
The war ended, but technology surged forward. Jets would soon dominate peace.
Innovation without unity fails. Vision requires timing. Silence followed ambition. The lesson remained. Unrealized potential. Power unused still shapes history. The jet age was bored in war. It matured afterward.
Germany reached for the future in desperation. It slipped away.
Technology cannot save a failing strategy. War demands more than innovation. History remembers firsts, not what-ifs. Speed changed warfare forever. The jet age had begun. Hitler's secret jet program failed to win the war, but it reshaped the sky.
Germany built tomorrow's aircraft in yesterday's war.